This meeting is being live streamed. I guess that's a good sign.
I love how they call it meetings still.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit more.
Zoom. We got a lot to talk about here. Should we hit this open and get this rolling, or should we wait for people to arrive, like the two people to watch it? Is Pete available?
I saw Pete the other night. He's been down that we haven't been around.
I know. Well, we're back. We're back. Let's get this going. Let me find my media player. Share sound. Yeah, let's do this, eh? Let's see if I remember which button to push.
Oh, boy.
There it is.
Now, the Wicked Fast Podcast with Lungboy and Timmy G.
Hey, it's Ryan Blaney.
Hey, this is Kevin Harvick.
Hey, this is Dale Jr.
Hey, this is Jeff Gordon.
Hey, this is Corey Borders. Hey, guys, Chase Elliott.
Hey, this is Alex Bowman.
Hey, this is Joey Logano.
Hey, this is Kyle Busch.
Hey, it's Austin Dillon.
You're listening to the
Wicked Fast Podcast.
Come on, try a little more New England.
Okay, watch this. Hey, it's Austin Dillon. You're listening to the Wicked Fast Podcast.
Wicked Fast.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Hello, this is the Wicked Fast Podcast.
Now, is there anyone out there who wants to go fast? Anybody?
I want to go fast.
Drivers, start your engines!
Yeah. All right. There we go. Hey, it's the Wicked Fast Podcast. Brian Bell here.
Timmy G over here. It's been a minute.
Timmy G. Yeah, what's up, everybody? You can, of course, find us on social medias. We're streaming this live on our YouTube at Wicked Fast Podcast. I believe it's up on our Facebook and Twitter as well. Pretty much everywhere it's at Wicked Fast Podcast, except Twitter is at Wicked Fast PDCST. Give us a follow. Give us a, subscribe on that YouTube channel so you'll get a notification when we go live, because it has been a bit of a time here because, May was busy. I went to Mexico for a week.
Yeah, and more importantly, Brian turned 21.
I turned 21. That's
happy birthday.
My wife took the whole family to Mexico for my big birthday.
Which is weird because one of your kids is 14, but that's fine.
We had a great time.
Yeah, had a great time. I've been super busy with work. Yeah. Brian's been busy with work. We warned all of you going into this season that it wasn't going to be weekly.
Yeah. And
Exhibit A.
The Mexico trip, we left on a Thursday and came back on a Wednesday. So it was like 2 weeks.
So, 2 weeks right there.
Yeah.
All good in the hood, but we're back.
Yeah, we got so much to catch up on.
And we're going to catch up on all of it.
That's how we roll. And, we're approaching very quickly New Hampshire Motor Speedway race weekend, which they will talk about. And we had the big media challenge, which Timmy G represented the Wicked Fast Podcast once again. How many years have they been doing this media challenge now? 6?
This is the 7th year.
7th year. Okay.
And I am honored to say, I am pleased to say that the trophy is staying with the Wicked Fast Podcast. Back-to-back champ,
Very
3
nice.
times champ, but as a team of Brian and Timmy, we have won 4 out of 7.
I think that qualifies as a dynasty.
Confirmed.
So
the Wicked Dynasty Podcast.
Yep. I like it.
Wicked Dynasty Podcast.
Yo, kid, what a dynasty. So congratulations, Timmy. I saw you hit like 140.
Yeah, I hit 140. It was a weird year. Obviously what Shannon and Dave and Scott and everyone up at New Hampshire Motor Speedway do, they make everyone feel like one of their own, which is why I feel like we all love, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, right?
They're awesome.
I don't consider, most people, if I were to run into the general manager of Gillette Stadium or the vice president of Gillette Stadium 5, 6, 7, 8 times, they'll never remember my name. Dave McGrath, come up, shake your hand. He remembers everyone's name. He's the nicest guy in the world. Shannon now is a mom. She's super busy. She's crushing life. She's so great to all of us. And, it's also really cool to see other media people up there too. There's one guy that Justin, who always goes up there, Billy Thomas, who won it a couple years ago. He goes up there.
Those the loosest fast guys.
Loosest fast guys are great. They're so funny. They're the nicest people in the world. I was listening to their podcast the other day. It's a great podcast. If you guys love ours, you'll love theirs as well. Lucis Fast Podcast. Go check it out. They are the nicest guy in the world. And Kyle, who's one of the hosts of the Lucis Fast, he came in second. So the first year he came in, he was first, and then he was third, and then this year he came in second. So that was really cool. But yeah, you see a lot of familiar faces. The food.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I need to pull up like the exact things that we had to eat.
Oh, hey, POB already said hey. Hey, P.
Yeah, there he is. There
Good. He's watching on the Facebook at Wicked
there he is.
Podcast.
Go sell some playgrounds. All right. So they had a
is this the thing that's in the nuts? In the notes here? In the nuts. I see.
I'm telling you, one of these things made me feel something in the nuts. I'll tell you that right now.
I see. Yeah. What do you
So
got?
every year they give us, the really cool thing is they give all the media members, they can try 3 different food options and we get to vote. And whichever one gets the most votes will be the featured one. And this was the winner was a maple apple fluffernutter cream puff.
Oh my.
It was like a croissant with maple apple fluffernutter with a little bit of cream. It was unbelievable. It was like also like a Italian grinder, but instead of like cold cuts, it was actually Italian sausage, which was super good. And then there was some poutine thing. You had like one bite.
Oh, poutine's good.
And I was full the whole ride home.
Yeah. Like fries and gravy.
Yeah, but I mean, free food, free racing, a lot of fun. The trophy is back with the Wicked Fast Podcast. It's not going anywhere.
Well done, sir.
And,
well done.
Hope to see everyone up there again next year. But New Hampshire Motor Speedway, USA Today 301. Pretty cool sponsor. USA Today. I mean, remember when you were younger and you travel with your family and you'd stay in the hotel?
It would be right there at the door.
In the front step. Like, I thought that was so cool. But yeah, Sunday, June 23rd. It's right around the corner. It's literally less than 20 days away. Tickets are still available. Kids tickets for 12 and under are only $10, which is
good because Lyra wants to go.
Yep, $10. And one thing that they announced, there's less than 300 camping sites left.
Ooh,
so it's going to be popping this year. I'm going up next Saturday.
Rope it off.
Little box.
Good man.
Rope off that box, and we'll be good to go. But
Make sure it's extra large because I think the kids and I think are going to make an appearance. Sam really wants to go. Lila has actually expressed interest that she wants to go.
Okay.
So I think we might go up. And then I might even bring my buddy Lee and his son.
All right. I usually set it up for 6. This time I'll set it up for like 10.
So yeah, give us some space. I think we'll have some fun. And the dirt races are back Friday night, right?
Dirt races are back Friday. And then the Wheel and Modified, the Mohegan 100 is Saturday afternoon. And then the SciAps 200, hopefully CJ will be a part of it. The Xfinity race on Saturday afternoon. Bunch of entertainment, fun-filled weekend. Really excited to go up this year, even though it's probably going to be a little stressful.
Yeah. We'll have to talk. We'll have to get CJ. We'll see if we can get him in here
we'll get CJ.
On a Wednesday next couple of weeks to talk about it. Yes. SciAps is his company that he actually works for. And they sponsor his car that he drives.
So he should
pretty good.
Be in it.
I like that. All right. Well, we have so much to catch up on.
Yes.
Biggest news since we last podcasted. Timmy
It's kind of sad.
I know. A little bit.
It really is. Yeah. So on May 29th, Tony Stewart and Gene Haas announced that they will be shutting down at the end of this season Stewart-Haas Racing as a whole.
That's crazy.
I mean, you think of Kevin Harvick, you think of Kurt Busch, you think of Eric Almirola, you think of a lot of great NASCAR drivers that, Kevin Harvick doing a great job in the Fox booth, first ballot Hall of Famer, don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Kurt Busch will be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. 20 years together, or I'm sorry, it was 20 years total for Haas Racing, but 16 years for Stewart-Haas Racing, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And they're actually selling all of their assets, including the charters. And the second that was announced,
that's
silly
big.
Season began.
Yeah, those charters, that's going to be the first real big case of the charters kind of coming into play and being sold off, and that should be big. And I mean, I think a lot of it, Gene Haas is really focused on like the F1 stuff.
I honestly think that's what screwed him.
Yeah.
Because I don't
There's
think
so much money to be in F1.
It's so much money to be in F1. I think Tony Stewart's probably doing just fine. He still races here and
Well,
there.
he was just at
He has
the New
that-
Hampshire Dragway.
Yeah.
'Cause he's racing drag stuff.
I'm sure money isn't an
Did
issue.
he actually get married? His new wife or girlfriend? I think they might have gotten married. I'm not sure, but his new lady friend is a drag racer, so now he is getting into that whole drag scene. So I feel like, drag.
They got
racing
married
not
November
dressing like a
21st
woman.
of 2021. Leah Pruitt.
Yeah, she's a drag racer
who's 36 years old, and Tony Stewart, for those, 53.
He's
Wait a second. Does that actually fall into the rules though? Not that it matters. Love is love.
Which do you half plus 7?
Half your age plus 7. So yeah, she's good. That'd be 33 and a half for him.
Okay. Whew. Just got it in there under the wire.
Yeah, just got it in there under the wire. But so now the question is, who's going to take over the charters?
Yeah. What are the rumors? I mean, could this be an inroad for Junior Motorsports? I know that
I thought so. I thought that would be a thing, but I don't know, maybe a year off not getting paid. Dale Seniors or Dale Juniors like, no, I'm good.
I think he's kind of just camping.
I kind of like I would enjoy if Dale Jr. and Junior Motorsports stayed in Xfinity, because I feel like they have brought in so much great talent. It can
turn out good drivers.
It's almost like
look at Josh Berry.
Yeah, look at Chase Elliott. Look at Noah Gragson. like good drive. Martin Truex. Dale Jr. gave Martin Truex Jr. a huge opportunity back in the day. So Dale Jr. knows talent. So if this could be kind of like the Ignite from the NBA, the G League, kind of, where all the kids that don't want to go to college but also don't want to go to Australia to play pro, like if that could be Junior Motorsports and just be like that go-to place that can get good sponsors and help grow the sport, not only in the lower divisions, but obviously in the Cup division. I don't blame Dale Jr. for not wanting to come up. But according to Bob Pockris, our Woj of NASCAR,
he's good.
He believes that it'll be Front Row Motorsports, Trackhouse, and 2311 taking 3 out of the 4. There are rumors going around that RCR would take over the 4th one to have 3, but I just don't see that.
Yeah.
Because unless they do like a complete and utter company flip, right? Like buy Austin, Kyle's going to be our vet, bring in 2 new Yud Bloods to drive the 3. And what was Mike Skinner's number when he drove for the Lowe's car back in the day? 31.
I was thinking 33. Okay.
I think 33 is Hendrick's. If Hendrick wanted a 5th team, because wasn't that Kenny Schrader's?
Yeah.
It's so cool.
The skull.
Yeah. The skull. That beautiful forest green 33. But what's interesting talking about Front Row Motorsports is Michael McDowell, to a lot of people's surprise, is leaving Front Row Motorsports at the end of the year and is actually going to join Spire, and they may have another team. They could be the 4th one, where it could be Carson Hocevar, Corey LaJoie, and Michael McDowell. 3 talented guys. Carson Hocevar just got his first ever top 10 in the Cup Series last week.
It was funny. All of a sudden, there he was.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. But the other question on top of all that is, where the hell are these 4 drivers that are currently racing for Stewart-Haas Racing going? You look at Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece. Chase Briscoe, as of right now, without wins, is in the playoffs. He's 15th in points. So he's having a solid year. Ryan Preece can drive anything.
Yeah.
I think we all know that. Unbelievably talented driver. I could see Noah Gragson with Trackhouse. I just feel like Justin Marks, Noah Gragson, Daniel Suarez, and then Ross Chastain, that's a squad. Or are they going to bring up SVG full time and then Noah Gragson? Does he go to 2311?
Yeah, I know. SVG got a nice Xfinity win.
That Xfinity race was awesome. It was absolutely bananas. It was absolutely bananas. But yeah, and then you think about the most talented one, Josh Berry. He covered for Alex Bowman, covered for Chase Elliott, probably arguably the best driver at Stewart-Haas Racing right now. Where would he go? Would he go to Front Row Motorsports? Would he go to 2311? Yeah, I don't think Josh Berry fits the 2311 brand, like just based off of looks.
But he doesn't wear sneakers?
No, I'm not saying it like as he doesn't wear sneakers or a race thing, but like when you look at Tyler Reddick, he wants to be like that cool guy that wears dunks, and wear Jordans. And, I think we all know a large reason of why Bubba and Michael Jordan are paired up. Like, I think that's pretty obvious. And I would see Noah Gragson kind of flying under Denny Hamlin's wing and just being like, hey, man, you're pretty vocal. I messed up. Help me, and like help me grow myself in the sport, because Noah is talented.
Yeah.
He got called up for a reason.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. What about some of the races? Because we've got a few races to just recap real quick.
Oh, God. Where do you want to begin? Do you just want to go in order?
Yeah. So it was right before Kansas was our last pod.
And then we literally missed the closest finish in the history of NASCAR.
Yeah.
That was insane. Like, I didn't even know what to do with my hands when that happened. Like, one of those type of things. Like, Kyle Larson, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher had the lead going in. Yeah,
what do I do with my hands?
Math. Chris Buescher had the lead. Kyle Larson made a slick move. You thought it was Chris Buescher. Mike Joy thought it was Chris Buescher. Clint Boyer said, hold on. And it ended up being Kyle Larson. Absolutely insane. Like, we've seen a lot of crazy finishes. Talladega, Daytona. Obviously, Ricky Craven, Kurt Busch, at Darlington. We've never seen anything like that.
It was crazy.
I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again, because at that point it will be a tie.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Like, that's the next step is an actual tie. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Oh God.
Do they both get in the playoffs? What if it was two first-time winners that tie? What happens? If
they have to go up. They have to go
Timmy,
up.
How about this? There's 15 drivers locked into the playoffs, and there's two first-time winners that tie. What happens?
Okay. I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
I've been thinking about this since. No, I'm kidding. That was my first thought. Oh, excellent. I would go best average finish over the last 5 races.
You would just put them all in, huh?
No, I would. Yeah, you know what? I would. This is what I would do. I would say, hey, you both get an opportunity to move on.
How about they have to race each other head to head, just the two of them, like in Cars, the movie.
Or they go, all right, we're going to bring you up to New Hampshire Dragway. We're both going to put you in an NHRA car, and you guys are just going to go. No, but for me, the little stipulation would be 17 cars in the playoffs, but the only way either of them can move on is if they win. They can't make it in. They can't make it in on points.
Winning that first round.
Winning that first round. If not, bye, Felicia.
Interesting.
We don't care if you finish second. Screw.
You should really be in charge of some kind of sporting league.
Oh no, it'd be chaos.
Yeah, well,
it'd be like the XFL back in the day.
And we'll cover fantasy kind of as we get into previewing Sonoma.
Yes.
We'll kind of hit all the fantasy stuff. So then we moved on to Darlington.
Yeah, moved on to Darlington. We got a brand new winner. Brad K got a win.
Yep.
First win as an owner with RFK Racing. Last owner / driver to win for the same team was actually Tony Stewart back in 2016 at Sonoma, where we're going to be this weekend.
Well, there it is. It's all
the circle of life. But, as much as we dislike Brad K on this podcast, props to him. 110 race winless streak.
Yep.
For a former Cup champion. Guys won 36 races. Second career win at Darlington. Props to him.
I feel like he's kind of had a good season. Like, he's been right there in a few races already this year. And I feel like he's kind of refocused and settled into being an owner.
Yeah.
And
I think Denny handled it probably better than anyone probably ever could. And I fully believe that it just took Brad a little bit slower to kind of get the hang of it. And now he has, and now he's focused. But you feel bad for Chris Buescher because literally the week after, he probably lost the most heartbreaking race of his life. He was on his way up front, and Tyler Reddick was trying to pass him, slid up, wrecked him, and Chris Buescher
wrecked him.
I thought he wrecked him. I thought he wrecked him.
Just wrecked him's a funny word.
Oh yeah.
And both of them, both of them were on my fantasy team for that one.
God, yeah. And so, Chris Buescher
really
was ready. Chris Buescher was ready to go. He was ready to pummel him, but then he looked at Tyler Reddick and was like, "You can't fit on some roller coaster ride still."
Like, talk about punching down.
Yeah, literally, pun intended. Pun intended.
I mean, he's
and Chris Buescher is big boned.
He's a regular sized person.
Yeah.
He's like a regular sized person. Tyler Reddick is like a tiny little pocket person.
Yeah, and then like Noah Gragson got his like 5th top 10 at Kansas, and then Josh Berry gets his first top 10 here, and then William Byron, who's dating Ryan Blaney's sister, he wrecked Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney finished last, like absolutely bananas.
Yeah, I believe I had Blaney in my lineup for that one too.
All right, and then let's talk about the All-Star race. So congratulations to Joey Logano, who won the race, but who gives a shit? Let's talk about the fight.
Oh my God. We watched this while we were in Mexico. I loved the track. The track was great. Like, it was so cool to be at North Wilkesboro. Awesome.
Yep. Keep going.
But then, the race finishes, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. All of a sudden, Sam comes running out of the sports bar where we were watching it at our hotel. And he's like, "Dad, you got to get back here right now. There's a fight." I'm like, we go running back in, and they're showing every slow-mo angle, and that was insane.
It was a good one.
It was awesome.
It was a top 5 NASCAR fight. It was probably number 4 or 5.
Oh yeah. Ricky Stenhouse Sr. was in the mix.
Yeah, and then whoever Kyle Busch's pit crew guy was, he is going to be in the NFL next year.
That dude on the ramp, he's like, "We must protect this house."
Yeah, literally. Offensive lineman squatting, protecting everything. Yeah,
he's the Gronk, throwing people out of the club.
Because most of those guys are former D1 athletes, like football players.
That guy
lived down
huge.
south, and I guarantee you, he got a phone call from his agent and was like,
"We need a tryout for the
the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, the Carolina Panthers are interested in bringing you in for their OTAs."
Yeah.
But yeah, guaranteed that happened. But you brought up a good point. Like, North Wilkesboro is like the perfect race for an all-star race. All the drivers are super, super pumped about it. Kyle Larson won the goddamn pull at the Indianapolis 500, flew back and was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to go." The guy went 232 miles an hour on average.
Insane.
On average.
Can you imagine how slow that damn car?
That's literally what I was just going to say. He was probably going to be like, "Can we move it along here?"
Like, geez.
It's like that question.
Yeah.
Would you rather have on your left foot a rollerblade for a whole day?
Yeah.
Or 3 vertically challenged individuals walking in front of you at a slow pace for the whole day?
Rollerblade.
Same, right? So that's what probably Kyle Larson was thinking. Get these people out of my way and let me be. But think about it. I just won the media challenge at a top speed of 140. He averaged 232.
It's insane.
It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane.
And we'll talk about the whole Kyle.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Well, I have
some
thoughts.
If they want to do it at North Wilkesboro again, they have to figure out this next gen car in the short track package, because Joey Logano cannot look like Max Verstappen and lead 199 out of 200 laps at that thing.
How's this for an all-star race package? What if they bring back a classic chassis setup for the all-star race?
I would love that. I think everyone would love that. But would the teams love that cost-wise?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Don't they have something in their archive?
I'm sure they
garage?
do.
Like,
or
let's pull out that 1992.
No,
chassis.
I have a better idea.
Okay.
As the commissioner.
Yep.
everyone grab one car from Dale Jr.'s Woods junkyard thing.
And make it raceable.
Make it raceable. Put your sponsor on it, and let's freaking go. Let's see who's got the skill under the hood and behind the wheel.
And we'll make it a figure 8 race.
Yeah. And you know what? No inspection. Let's just go.
Yep. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do. It's North.
Pull out all your tricks.
Yep. You want to smoke a cigarette and not even wear a Hans device? Screw it. Let's go.
You want to put an extra, 20 feet of gas line? Go for it.
Sure. If you want to, if you want to use rain tires the whole time, go for it. What do we care? But the one thing that we do have to talk about, is how NASCAR handled this fight. Because to me,
Chase Elliott said it the best.
To be honest with you, I tried to rip the Chase Elliott auto. I just couldn't find it at a rippable location.
I got you.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You posted for 4 straight days, different memes, different views, different angles, different other people tweeting about it. Yeah. And then you find the dude $75,000.
Yeah. And you're going to use that footage forever.
For years to come.
Yeah.
For years to come.
Yep.
Like, because you can see it right now. Let's say Ricky Stenhouse Jr. wins at Daytona in August, right? And Kyle Busch wins one of these races before we get to Darlington, the last race of the year.
Yep.
And the two of them have to battle for that 12th spot in the playoffs. You are going to use that.
They've already got it produced.
Yeah, they already have it produced.
Already ready to roll.
They already have a script to Rick Allen being like, hey, Rick.
Yeah.
We just want to let you know that come the third round or come the third race of the first round. This is the vibe we're going to go for.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. So then after that, we went to the Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600, which we got another new winner. Congratulations to Chris Buescher. He won at Charlotte twice. Once on the Roval, once on the Oval. Salute to him.
All right.
But, Mr. Brian Bell, did they call the race too early?
Did they call the race too early? Yeah. Are you kidding me? That was the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, we have a day off. What are we doing? I feel like I felt the same way as Kyle Larson, who's sitting there like, hello, I just flew all this way. Like, he's ready to go. It was the perfect, great, they red flagged it. But, we had all day the next day.
I understood the red flag because it was lightning, and we all know the lightning rule. We get that and respect it. And
I didn't even need more racing that night. It's not like
there was a big rainstorm that came in, but
we had all day.
Mm-hmm.
That was dumb. You had the audience. You had us all there. You had an extra day. There was good races on Mondays before when I have to watch it at work.
Yeah. And it was a good race too. It wasn't like there was just one car dominating. It wasn't like some Jurassic Park car.
It was, it was up to that point. It was a really fun race. It was excellent.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. Yeah. They ended it way too early.
Yeah.
But the other thing that
NASCAR they've been making a few questionable calls on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So obviously the $75,000 fine for Ricky Stenhouse after using him, and then this call, and then let's talk about Kyle Larson and this waiver thing, because I thought what Denny Hamlin said on his podcast the other day was spot on, and I don't know if you heard it or not.
No. What did he have to say?
But essentially, he was just like, it was ridiculous that they waited so long because NASCAR believes that they are the only motorsport. And NASCAR doesn't want anyone else to go anywhere else because they think that they're number one, and that is going to screw them down the road. And I'm paraphrasing here but it was spot on what he said.
Here's my thought. Very similar to the Ricky Stenhouse fine, okay? In the same area. Kyle Larson did this and raised the profile of NASCAR.
Yes.
Because he was out there as the representative of NASCAR going to Indy. And so the Indy broadcast is talking about NASCAR. And then he shows up and he kills it. he was awesome and raised the profile for NASCAR again in this other, I mean, come on, Indy 500 like that. I mean, that is racing. And then he did all of the stuff he needed to do to get back for the race too, and was ready to go. Then they call the race, and then they're like, we'll see if we give you a waiver. Like, people have gotten waivers for snowboarding accidents.
Yep.
And like, that's stupid. It's just dumb that there was even a question.
Yeah, it was like
he was doing this for himself, but he also did it like for the sport.
Yeah. It's almost like if you were like, hey, Sam, you can go out with your friends and you better be back by 11. And he shows up at 10:59 and you go, how dare you go out?
Yeah.
Like, what? I was back on time. You know, like, the weather screwed Kyle Larson over, but like, you can't say, like, if NASCAR was that pissed about it, every single post that Hendrick Motorsports made on social media, I would have said, take it down.
Yeah.
Do not promote this. How dare you?
Like, I mean, it was,
but they let him.
It was, they let him.
You don't think that you think that Kyle Larson and Mr. Hendrick and Jeff Gordon and everyone over at McLaren was like, you know what? We're not even going to ask NASCAR about this, and we're just going to do it.
Yeah.
Of course they asked. And then, like, so this is the thing that really pissed me off. This Elliott Sawyer quote.
Yeah, he annoyed me. He annoyed me so much.
So I think Elliott, one of the good things that I do like about Elliott Sawyer is also oh God, who's the NHL guy that explains in videos why?
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Is it Brendan Shanahan? Is that his name?
Maybe. That sounds
either way.
Yeah.
But what the NHL does, if someone has like a cross check or a nasty hit and they suspend the player, they literally have a video.
Yep.
And not a lot of commissioners do that. Out. Like if the NFL
they couldn't do it in the NBA.
No, they couldn't. But like if the NFL wanted to suspend a player, they would just send out an email and be like, this player's suspended. So the fact that Elliott Sawyer does make himself available to NASCAR on SiriusXM and all these other platforms to explain these things, I salute. But this is a crock of shit.
Yep.
One of the reasons in place to give our fans some certainty that if they buy a ticket to come watch our athletes and our stars perform, that they're going to see them. So the prior precedent that was set with allowing waivers, those were quick decisions. And as I said earlier, this was a unique one that, in fact, that obviously Kyle raced with another series and wasn't there for our start of events. And he also said it was uncharted waters for them. What are you talking about? Tony Stewart did this.
Yeah.
What? This is uncharted water. That is the dumbest thing you could say. It's not uncharted water. He's not the first person to try this.
No.
What?
It was asinine. Like, come on. Like,
and if Mother Nature wasn't being a bitch that day, in plain English, he would have made it to the race.
Yeah.
You should be so proud that you have such a talented drive. Like, if Kyle Larson races the Chili Bowl, they're like, hey, Kyle Larson won the Chili Bowl. But this guy goes to another series, and you're a little afraid that on a Sunday afternoon, when you guys throw one of your 197 commercial breaks on Fox, that someone during that time may go switch and watch 5 minutes of the IndyCar. If you're that nervous, look yourself in the mirror and figure out how to keep people around.
Not only that, but it's not like Kyle went to Indy and then made NASCAR look like an ass.
No, he won.
You know, he's like, he led some laps, I mean, on pit strategy, but still he's out there leading laps. What did he lead? Like 12 laps at Indy? Something? Like,
he won the goddamn pole at the Indianapolis 500. And instead of being like, F all the haters, decided to jump on a helicopter and drive 12 miles an hour at North Wilkesboro to promote your stupid all-star race. Get out of here with the waiver crap.
Yeah.
That should have been an automatic yes.
Yep. Yeah. The fact that they dragged it out just
because here's the other thing. Much. What if Kyle Larson won that race?
Can you imagine?
What if Kyle Larson won that race, pounded milk, and then sprinted with Jeff Gordon like he did? I mean, there's a picture of Kyle Larson and his wife sprinting off the helicopter.
Yeah.
If Kyle Larson was pounding milk and said, sorry, I'll be in a Zoom call on the helicopter,
win another race,
they would be like, waiver? how about you get all the points you want for the rest of the year? Thanks for putting us on the map. That's exactly what they would have done. It was a joke.
Yep.
But anyways, over the weekend, they were at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. And the big story is Brian Bell's boy, Ryan Blaney, forgot to use technology at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. How do you run out of gas at a place like that?
I feel like there was a can somewhere in the pits that still had a little bit of gas in it from one of those stops.
That's insane.
Because he also, like, he was not, it wasn't even a question. Like, it wasn't, they weren't like, ooh, let's see if he can make it on gas. Like, when he stopped, there was
no one.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Should have plenty of gas.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, oh, Blaney, got something wrong. I felt really bad for Christopher Bell, too. Like, the two of them, like, going back and forth. It was awesome. It was a fun race.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I'm obviously pumped about a new winner, and because even if Ryan Blaney won, guess what? New winner, because Ryan Blaney,
he's going to get one. I think he's going.
Ryan Blaney hasn't won this year, and wait till I tell you when we talk about the standings in a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a list of drivers that haven't won this year that are going to knock your socks off. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Put some socks on.
Yeah, so if you're wearing sandals, your sandals are flying off. Hopefully they're not slides. But like, it's one of the crazier things I've seen in a while. And the fact that his teammate had enough gas and won the race, because usually
they're on the same pit strategy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It was so weird and insane. But like, and I know a lot of people, like I saw on Twitter, people were like, oh, Austin Cindric's wasting a playoff spot. He barely is in the top 20 in points. The dude started second, finished fourth in stage one, came in second in stage two, and led 53 laps. It was his day.
Yep.
It was his day. Now, yes, is he still like over 80 points out from the 16th spot? Yeah. But that's how it is.
Is he going to be a first round exit? Maybe. But who knows?
But maybe he has a good day.
Yep.
It's absolutely crazy. And then, just like we haven't talked about Kyle Larson enough, Kyle Larson decided to pass Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch's shitty week continues because over the week, guess who was test driving in Indy this past week or this current week? Kyle Busch. And guess who wrecked while he was practicing at Indy? Kyle Busch. So not only did Kyle Busch get punched and in a fight with another racer's dad, then got wrecked at Worldwide, then like Kyle Busch is not in the playoff picture anymore. He's not in the top 16. He's out of it because of these last few weeks. And then you have someone like Brad Kay, who's moved up a lot, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, absolutely bananas. Absolutely bananas. So while Brian pulls up fantasy and stuff, we can review a couple weeks. This is actually like kind of crazy. So where is, I thought I wrote it down here. If I didn't write it down in our notes, I'm going to be so pissed off at myself. Oh, yeah. So this NASCAR decision with Kyle Larson, as we get in the standings. So going into Darlington, Kyle Larson was 30 points up on Martin Truex Jr. and 39 points up on Denny Hamlin for the points lead for the season, which is very important. If you win the regular season championship, you get an additional bonus points for the playoffs. Justin Allgaier did finish 13th for the number 5 team because remember, owner points are also extremely important, if not more important than the actual goddamn champion.
Yeah.
He was 6 points behind Denny Hamlin and 1 point behind Martin Truex Jr. after the Coca-Cola 600. But the number 5 team is still the number 1 team because of that 13th place finish by Justin Allgaier. So the owner points towards the end of the year, because Kyle Larson missed this race, there is an opportunity that, Denny Hamlin could win the championship, but Kyle Larson didn't race at the Coca-Cola 600, but because Justin Allgaier finished 13th, then Joe Gibbs doesn't win the owner championship too. So that's something to keep in mind.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So speaking of the standings,
the owners pay attention to that.
Yeah, exactly. So Denny Hamlin right now is in first place. Denny Hamlin has had 5 straight top 5 finishes, and that's why he's currently in first place. He leads Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, who's in third, Martin Truex Jr., and William Byron. Then we have Tyler Reddick in 6th, who's followed by Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell, Brad Kay, and Alex Bowman. Brad Kay, last 3 races, top 3 finishes. Very impressive. And he has moved up from 15th to 9th because of it.
Wow.
Props to you. Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, 11 to 13. Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, 14 to 16. Now, the 2 winners that we have, remember, if you win and you're in the top 30 in points, you can advance. Daniel Suarez is 18th and Austin Cindric is 19th. Now, we need 8 more winners for some fun, right?
Yep.
Because when the sun is blazing, the summer gets hot.
Water country.
We have 9 winners and 11 races to go. Here are all the drivers that won last year that have not won this year.
Okay, let me get my socks ready.
This is crazy. So the first is Michael McDowell. Won the pole at Worldwide. We still have a couple. We still have a super speedway left. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Still have a super speedway left.
Yeah.
And then this is where it gets fun. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain.
Defending champ, Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher. None of those drivers have won yet this year.
Interesting.
And we're at 9. So, would you put your money on Joey Logano winning the race?
Yeah, I would think he would win one.
Martin Truex Jr.?
He's got to win one of these days.
Ryan Blaney?
He's been so close.
Great. Now we're at 12.
He just needs more gas.
Yeah, now we're at 12. Oh, and by the way, guess who's never won and is currently 7th in the standings right now? Ty Gibbs.
Wow.
So we have a shot at this.
Yeah.
Everyone just needs to.
You're saying there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. So yeah, but what's going on with fantasy? Fantasy sucked this week. I started off so well and just sucked.
Yes, I would agree. Here, let me pull up. All right. We'll start real quick from Kansas. Kenny K got the win at Kansas. Ladies night race, very strong. Second, and Double Chump John in third place. You were 5th. I don't know where am I? Where am I? Oh, 12th. That's not good. I was not really paying attention to that race. All right. Let's see. Darlington. Kenny K once again with a win. He's making some moves. Bubba Boucher, NASCAR guy Nate. Hey, he was watching on Facebook too. Hey, Nate. Ladies night race. Jeff. Double Chump. Where am I? Where? Oh, 12th again.
Oh my God.
Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right, let's see. Coca-Cola 600. I know I did horribly because I was playing the long game. I thought they were going to run, an entire race. Ugh. Left turns for days. Jackson gets the win. 255. Nice points. Look at you.
Yeah.
Double Chump. Look at there. Yeah. Third. Nate, NASCAR guy Nate. 4th. All right. We're 12th again. Look at that. 3 weeks in a row. I was 12th. That's pretty good. That's consistency.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Worldwide technology. Hey, I came in second.
Wait, where's the one before that too?
You know what's interesting about this? I came in second with 228. I left 40 points in the garage. Thank you very much.
I don't even know how much
I left.
I
checked.
Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson thing screwed me royally.
I was at a basketball game, so I was cheering on Sam, and then as we were driving home, I'm like, oh crap, check my team, and it just switched to the third stage, and I couldn't change I had Brad K in the garage, so. What are you gonna do?
What did I finish in? Like last? I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. I haven't seen you. 10th.
I'll take it.
So overall, for our overall season standings right now, ladies' night race is still holding a 22 points over. No, more than that. 29.83 and 28.61. She is killing it right now. So Jen, way to go over the Double Chump. NASCAR.
Oh wow, you passed me. Holy shit!
Look at that. Even with all those 12th place finishes. And Jackson, we're on his heels.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's some fantasy for everybody playing along with the NASCAR Fantasy League, Wicked Fast Podcast League. So there you go. And this weekend, we got some road racing.
Yeah, we got some road racing. We're going out to wine country.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Pinkies up. Yes. The Toyota Save Mart, 3:50 on Sunday, June 9th, 3:30 p.m. start on Fox. These are all Eastern Standard Times, folks. Practice and qualifying will be on FS1 on Saturday at 5:05 p.m. Last time we were at Sonoma, Martin Truex won this race.
Oh, a guy who needs a win.
You know who else needs a win? Kyle Busch. He finished second. You know who else needs a win? Joey Logano. He finished third. You know who else needs a win? Chris Buescher. He finished fourth. You know who else needs a win? Michael McDowell. He finished seventh. You know who else needs a win? Ross Chastain. He came in 10th.
Hey, no kidding.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
Don't
right.
you love sports sometimes? Like, it is really crazy. Like, if you're like, hey, there are 4 guys who need a win to get in the playoffs, and we were at this track last year, and all 4 of those guys finished 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd be like,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
Hollywood. Let's read the script.
yeah, read the script, brother. And then if you're wondering how the really good road course guys did, they actually finished up all the other spots in the top 10 that we did not mention. Chase Elliott 5th, the Dinger 6th, Kyle Larson 8th, and Christopher Bell 9th. So actually,
Interesting.
absolutely crazy. But let's talk about Martin Truex Jr. at Sonoma, because it is, in the words of Gwen Stefani, BANANAS.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was hella good.
Oh, nope. There's no doubt about that.
Woo!
Insert Jake
And this-
Gyllenhaal SNL gif going into the
That's
smoke here. Yeah.
That's why we're only doing one podcast a month. You couldn't take
Yeah,
one
well,
more.
a lot of people would call that joke Tragic Kingdom. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop.
All right.
Don't want to do a whole spider web of dad jokes. Okay, so no one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm so sorry.
Is that all you got?
No, I have a few more
Oh, boy.
because if he wins on Sunday morning, holy crap! All right, that's it. Because I think those are the only No Doubt songs actually.
That's more than most.
You know what Brian's probably saying in his head right now?
What?
Don't speak. All right, so. All right. So
Good night, everybody.
Good night. All right. Oh man. We may have to create this as a reel. Yeah. Yeah, we may have to do it. All right.
All right.
So Martin Truex Jr. is really good here. No one has won more races at Sonoma than Martin Truex Jr. except for Jeff Gordon, who has 5. Martin Truex Jr. has won here 4 times. They're the only drivers, Jeff Gordon and Martin Truex Jr., who have won back-to-back races here.
So he's already won back-to-back, and he won last year.
Correct.
Interesting.
But no one has done it 3 times except for Jeff Gordon. All right. Sorry, just had to throw it in. 98, 99, and 2000. All from the poll. In the last 10 races here, Martin Truex Jr. has led 248 laps, and he has finished in the top 5 6 times. And this will be his 18th career start at Sonoma. So, folks, just put him in your lineup. Just put him in your lineup.
I'll put him right in the garage.
Yeah. So now you got to ask yourself, I'll put him right there. That was good. That was good. You got it.
Yep.
Insert garage here. All right. So now you're asking yourself, can the Hendrick guys get their 7th win? Because
can the Hendrick guys get their 7th win?
You know, I'm really glad you asked, because Kyle Larson in 9 races here has an average starting position of 3rd. He has won 4 poles here in the last 7 years, but has an average finish of 14th. Now, why do I bring this up? Glad you asked.
Yeah.
29% of the race winners at Sonoma start on the front row.
Wow.
So probably around, 6:30 on Saturday. Just log in. See who's got 1, 2. Just plug them in. Just plug them in. You're welcome. 73.5% of the people who have won at Sonoma have a starting position in the top 10. So literally you can go 1, 2, and then just go every other and figure and hope it works out for you. Yeah. But what's crazy is the second highest winning percentage outside of the pole at Sonoma, starting position, 11th. The 11th place car has won 11.76% of the races here.
11-11.
11-11. Who would have thought?
Make a wish.
So your last 3 races at Sonoma, your last 3 winners are Martin Truex Jr., Daniel Suarez, and Kyle Larson.
Okay.
Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch. Top 5 in fantasy points. There are 5 drivers that have 2 top 5 finishes each in the last 3 races. Martin Truex Jr., Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano. Chase Elliott and Ross Chastain are the only drivers who have finished in the top 10 in the last 3 races. There are 7 drivers that are in the top 5 or that have 2 top 10 finishes. A couple of them are Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, guys who haven't won yet. Best average finish inside the top 10. Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Martin Truex Jr., Daniel Suarez has an average finish of 11th. I think he's probably a guy you guys haven't used a lot. Yep. Maybe you used him the weekend after his unbelievable finish at Atlanta, which was, if you think about it, a huge gap compared to Kyle Larson and Chris Buescher.
Yeah, right.
But there are some drivers you may just want to stay away from, be a little weary. I'm not saying they're bad, because obviously Christopher Bell's a very good road course guy, but one top 10 finish here and an average finish of 20th.
Oh.
William Byron. Oh, I forgot to mention this. William Byron won a stage at the Coca-Cola 600, and that was his first stage win of the season. And that blew my mind.
Yeah, because he was reeling off stage wins left and right last year.
Correct. But now this year he's just winning when it counts and not winning the stages. But anyways, he has an average start of 16th and an average finish of 18th. So good luck there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the fantasy matchups.
Yeah. Let me pull them up here. All right. So what we've got. All right. Well, Kyle Busch, he's got a matchup.
Kyle Busch against Kyle Larson.
It wouldn't. No. Kyle Busch and Ty Gibbs. All right.
Okay. All right. Give me the next driver.
Ross Chastain.
Chase Elliott.
Nope. Think of a guy who just won.
Austin Cindric.
Austin Cindric, Ross Chastain as a matchup.
To be fair, they're both really good road course guys.
Yeah,
so I'm okay with that.
But now your boy Chase Elliott,
Martin Truex Jr. It better be.
Nope. MTJ is not in these matchups.
Well, okay. Let's be a little fair to the people who figure this out. Chances are you're automatically going to get 10 points, so we want to make this a little difficult.
True.
So that's fair. I'm going to go Joey Logano.
Tyler Reddick.
What are we doing here? Okay. And the last.
Michael McDowell.
Chris Buescher.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Carson Hocevar.
Oh, that would be interesting too. No, Michael McDowell versus Daniel Suarez.
Oh, you know what? That's on me. I should have guessed the guy who won it 2 races ago. Yeah. Okay. So, not bad.
There you go.
Who you got?
Martin Truex Jr.
Ryan Blaney.
Ah!
He's pissed.
Oh, absolutely. I like it.
I just saw a picture of him at his engagement party, and what guy likes to do an engagement party? So he's probably super pissed.
I can't believe they didn't wait till Wine Country to have the engagement party.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But with their schedule now, they fly in Friday night, they're out Sunday night. It's not how it used to be where they flew in Thursday.
But I mean, come on, for Wine Country with
yeah, but do you really want your friends
that.
And family to have to fly out there?
Yeah, it's Wine Country.
Make it nice and easy and home.
Just taking a
all right, so Blaney and MTJ.
All right. And then just, check who's 1-2 and make sure you have them.
Yeah, just check who's 1-2 and just make sure that they're in your lineup.
There you go.
And whoever starts 11th, you'll have an 11% chance of a good day.
All right. We did it.
We did it.
How's that? We're back. And I should have more Wednesday availability. So hopefully we can get, your Wednesdays kind of back on track for everybody. Pete, we won't be gone as long. I promise.
No, I mean we're 3 weeks out from Loudon. It's go time.
Yeah. So we'll get ramped up. We got some folks on we got to get Dave McGrath on again too.
Oh, and one thing, if people just want to make a note.
Yeah.
If the Celtics do win it in 5, we will not have a podcast on the 19th.
Aha. Okay.
Just so everyone's aware.
You'll be going off the grid for a little bit.
I will be drunk on Boylston Street yelling at the duck boats.
All right. And people can catch, actually, the last ever Banner Banter podcast. I listened to it. It was great because that's the kind of stuff I need from Boston's greatest sports fan, Timmy G. So go look up the Banner Banter podcast.
Yes, it's called Therapy Session Part 4 if you're thrown off by it, because that's what it is. It's just It's the most important season of our lives, so I just had to rant about what was on my mind.
It's great, and I love it. You can find us on the Twitter machine at WickedFastPDCST. Everywhere else, Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube at Wicked Fast Podcast. And we'll catch you probably next week for a change.
Definitely next week.
All right.
At some point. Toodaloo.
Okay, bye.
Bye.